It is officially spring break around here, and that means I'm going to get some deep cleaning done that I have been putting off for a while. So I made some lists. I made a list for things I want to do in the living room and things I want to do in the dining room. So I'm going to just start working my way down the list and crossing them off. And I hope that it brings you lots of motivation as well. And if you are spring cleaning, let me know what you're getting done at your house too. Let's go ahead and get started. I have to be honest with you and tell you that I don't even know if I've ever washed these curtains before. They have always just been up, and I don't think I've ever taken them down. So this time when I was doing the spring cleaning, I knew I needed to wash them. They did get some kind of a stain at some point on one of the curtains, which you couldn't really tell because there's such a dark curtain with the patterns anyway. But I knew that they needed to be washed, and so I put these in the wash and then started working on the mini blinds. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but a lot of dirt came off of my mini blind, so it definitely needed to be cleaned. Now I'm gonna wash the windows with a different green rag. The day that I did this spring cleaning was actually a really cold day. We've been having some cooler days this spring, but it was also a beautiful day. I really enjoyed the sunshine that day, and then just the birds were chirping. So when I opened the windows to clean the windowsills, it was just a really nice sound to hear while I was working away and getting all of this clean, which is always such a nice thing. I love spring. I think it's one of my favorite seasons because it's just the change in the temperatures and seeing all the green everywhere. And I have some tulips that are about to be blooming here in the next couple of weeks. And so it's just fun to start to see color everywhere. And it really gets me in the mood for getting a lot of cleaning done. One of the ways that I started cutting back on my cleaning time was by dusting just really quickly. And so normally when I do my weekly dusting, I will just dust around things. I might pick up a few things here and there, and if I see some extra dust, I'll take care of it. But I don't do a really thorough dusting on a regular basis. So today, since we were deep cleaning and getting the spring cleaning done, I wanted to take everything off of my shelves and just dust all of the different spaces here in my living room. And then I'll do the same thing in the dining room. And even on the walls, as you saw me at the very beginning of the video, just dusting the walls and getting in all the corners just in case there's some cobwebs and things like that. But it's always nice just to have a really thorough dusting of the entire home. I love seeing new growth on my plants. I'm not really the greatest at being a plant mom, but I do enjoy just watering them and taking care of them. So anyways, that was fun to see on that plant. But now I am just going to go ahead and get some dusting and some vacuuming done over behind these chairs. I don't normally move them when I vacuum. I would say like maybe once a month or so, but I wanted to really just get all of these moved out of the way and dust back here on this banister. I have been wanting to change this banister up for a while, but I haven't had the guts to do anything with it. I've been wanting to either paint it or add some of my Bry Wax to it just to make it kind of a darker color. And I've seen where people have made it dark and white and use like a two-toned color, but I just don't know for sure what I'm going to do. So for now, we're just getting it clean, and then maybe eventually that will be a project that I tackle. right, so I'm finished with the living room. The only thing I have left is putting up the curtains, but they are still in the wash, so I'm gonna put them, well, they're probably done. I just need to dry them. And then I'm gonna put those up and I'm done with the living room. And let me tell you, that took me way longer than I thought it was going to, and I am tired and I'm hungry. It's time for lunch. So we're gonna take a break. I probably will not do the dining room today. I have other things that I've gotta get done. We're gonna go outside and enjoy the nice weather. So I will start the dining room on another day and you will see it here shortly. Okay, so it's actually a week later since I deep cleaned in the living room. I just did not have a chance to get to the dining room until today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started in here. And there was one other thing that I forgot to do in the living room and I thought of it later, and that is clean out the vents. So we have floor vents, and so things just kind of get swept under there, or just, you know, things just fall. And so I need to vacuum all of that out and then just wipe it down. So I'm gonna add that to my list as well, and let's go ahead and get started here in the dining room. So a few years ago, I had this up as a light fixture. It was supposed to be kind of like an orb. They're like little embroidery hoops, and I took them apart and painted them black. And I had used hot glue on them before, and it lasted for a few years, but it was starting to come apart. And so I just took it down, and it's been down for a while, but I'd like to put it back up. And I'm gonna try super glue this time. I tried to get as much of the hot glue off as I could. There's still a little bit left, but I'm going to try super glue and put this back up there. Okay, that took way longer than it should have, but it's done, it's up, and I'm gonna move on. Our dining room is a multifunctional space. We use it for so many different things. Our homeschool is over here, so you can see that roll top desk that I have keeps all of our homeschool supplies, which we are outgrowing that, and it is not really functioning well. So I'm going to be on the lookout this summer at garage sales and at thrift stores for some kind of a hutch maybe that I can put everything on. But I also use this room for my desk and for my office work. And then, of course, just eating. We eat in here as well. So there's a lot of action that happens in this dining room. And I don't often take the furniture out from the wall. So I definitely needed to get that swept up. There was some dust and crumbs back there. And then, of course, cleaning out the vents was also something that I wanted to get done this day. And cleaning up the walls and also the trim work, just things that I don't normally get to when I do a quick clean of my house each week. So it was nice to get all of these extra little spaces cleaned up. And it also has me thinking about what I want to do this summer. So once our homeschool is done, which it's getting close, we're getting so close to the end. But when it's done, I do have some ideas of projects that I want to work on. I definitely want to give all of our walls a refresh in paint. They are looking a little rough and definitely need some touch-ups. And then also these vent covers, I was looking at them and I thought, well, maybe I could spray paint those and put a clear coat on those because they are looking a little rough as well. So I'm going to add those types of things to my list, my ongoing list that is getting longer and longer. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to everything or not this summer, but I feel like whenever we're at the end of the school year, I start to thinking of all these different projects and things that I want to get done. And usually I don't finish all of them, but at least hopefully I can get a good start on all of those projects this summer. So like I said, I would like to replace this roll top desk. I actually almost purchased something about a month ago. I was in a secondhand store and I thought about getting it. It had shelves on the top, which I thought I could use for dishes and for just decorating for the different seasons. And then the bottom was cupboard doors that we could put all of our homeschool stuff in. And I almost got it, but my husband looked at it closely and realized that it was kind of not built very well. So we passed on that, but I know that's what I'm going to be looking for is something like that I can put dishes on and decorate, but then also be able to put all of our books away. Right now, we can't even set them straight up on this desk because there's just not enough room. So we have to kind of just lay them on their sides there. So I definitely want something a little bit bigger. And hopefully I could put the printer on that as well. So right now it's just on a TV stand, like a meal stand, and it works, but it's just kind of clunky. So it would be nice to have something different. So this summer, like I said, I'm going to be on the lookout for that as we go to different secondhand stores and different garage sales and things like that. I think it's always good as a homeschooling mom to just be thinking about what worked and what didn't work for the year, especially as we're coming to the end of the school year, so that I can get things ready over the summer and prepare for the fall. Speaking of secondhand, I also found these TV trays. That's what I call them, and I'm not sure exactly what the actual term is for them. But I found these at a Goodwill for, I think it was $20, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. But they do come loose often, and so we have to tighten them up, and they have to lean against something in order for them to stand up. But they have come in very handy. We only have room for 4 at our dining room table, and so whenever we have guests, then we have to have people sit in our living room to eat. And so we have been using these TV trays because of that. But that we are also kind of slightly looking out for some kind of a table that has a leaf in it and has at least more chairs. I would love to have 8 to 10 chairs, but it may be that we just have at least 6 would be nice. When we bought this table, we had just purchased it really quickly because we didn't have anything and we needed something in our dining room to eat at. And so we just thought, well, there's just 4 of us, so we'll just get 4 chairs. And now that we've been using it, we realize it doesn't really quite work for a family. We need something more. So that's something else I've been on the lookout for. I've been checking Facebook Marketplace and then when I have time this summer, I'm going to be looking again at garage sales and thrift stores and things like that too. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope it gave you all kinds of cleaning motivation. I know that when I watch these types of videos, I'm always ready to get up and go do something in my home. So hopefully that has given you the motivation to do the same. All right, I will see you in the next video. Bye.